Here's the topic of tonight. When was Sebastian last seen? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Silver's on the scene. It is Monday, January 20th, 2025, 10 p.m. Hope everyone's Monday going great and a good start to your week. Say his name. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Gone 329 days, 10 months, 3 weeks, 4 days. 10 months, 3 weeks, 4 days. 3 more days, 10 months, 4 weeks will be 11 months. No distraction in finding Sebastian. Let's bring him home. Before we get going, let's throw this up on the wall. Disclaimer on the wall: the content in this video is intended for informational purposes only. Everything you see in this video is alleged and, in my opinion, not to be taken as fact. It is all my opinion. Please enjoy this video and thank you so much for your support. Sebastian Rogers gone from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and that's the topic tonight. Last seen February 26th, question mark. Let's keep his awareness alive. Let's find him. Let's get justice. So, I'm doing this video. It's around 10 p.m., just a little bit after 10 p.m. East Coast time. So, if you haven't had a chance, watch the Lore Lodge. Did an interview with SF Investigates. It's pretty good. I think you have to listen closely, and you can pick up some things here and there. I'd urge everybody to watch it, get your own opinion. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for me. I'll reserve my right on giving my opinion on it to a later date, but just watch it. I think that one thing that comes up in the interview and the live is, of course, security cameras and what may or may not have been seen. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. That was a topic of, I tried to get this video out before that live, but I was unable to. So here it is. And so if you clicked on the thumbnail, here's what you see. Let's get that pulled up. Here's what we're here for, what we're going to discuss. Sebastian Rogers last seen on February 26, 2024. Where is the proof? Where is the proof? So let's dive right into this. I'm going to start by doing this. There's been a lot of people discussing this 26. It comes up from time to time, but I've seen it come up more often here in the last week or so. So I thought what we would do is jump in and look at it. So let's start with, I'll pull this down right here so you can see what I'm searching, right? So let's start right here. And all I keyed in was TBI flyer Sebastian Rogers, right? And it's the first one you see here. You click on this. So this is what we've all seen, okay? And also I wanted to show how you do that. Just Google anything, you'll get it. It's typically the first thing that comes up if you have your keywords in correctly. So, at time of disappearance, 15, male, white, brown eyes, brown hair, 5'5", 120 pounds. So the topic here, now here's all the 1-800-TBI fine, Sumner County Sheriff's Department, 615-451-3838. See something, say something. Say his name, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. So let me just read how this goes. An Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of Sumner County Sheriff's Office for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Say his name. Sebastian is a 15-year-old white male. We all know he is now 16. It's been so long he's been gone. He's turned 16. 5'5" tall, 120 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Here's the topic of tonight's video. Sebastian was last seen on February 26, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. One more time. Sebastian was last seen on February 26, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Really? By whom? We'll get there. So now we're going to jump over to the FBI. And if you can back it up, you'll see here Sebastian Rogers flyer FBI was Googled, searched. Okay, it comes up right here, the very first one again. I click on it. And then from here, you have this page that says View Poster. You click on that. And from here, as with the last, you can see right here, you can download it, send it straight to your printer. This is how you get these flyers, right? Same with this flyer here that I constantly use, $250,000 reward, right? So, coming back, so TBI we just saw last seen February 26th, okay? This was put out on February 26th. And again, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, say his name, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, was last seen on February 26, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Now, Stafford Court, everyone knows, is the road Sebastian lives on. That is where his home is located. So, I wanted to, instead of sharing someone else's post or whatever, just go straight to the source. You just see, you can Google it yourself. I urge you to. I always say, these videos are my opinion, not to be taken as fact. Google yourself. When I speak of something, and I kind of don't want to lose track here, but going back to the interview I watched, some of my frustrations with it is how people answer questions. I'm not going to point fingers or do that. I'm just saying, is the sky blue? Well, let me tell you about the clouds. No, I didn't ask you about the clouds. Just simply answer, is the sky blue? Yes or no? And if you can answer a question, as we talked about in the last video, when people are saying I can't answer because people, CP, because law enforcement, it ends the conversation because they're not going to answer, even though they're being worthy, right? Untruth, dishonest, whatever you want to call it, not speaking the truth allegedly, in my opinion. So, if someone says, "Hey, Michael, what color is the sky?" and I don't want to talk about it, then I'll say I don't want to answer that. Well, why? I just don't want to. I think it's blue, but I don't know what you. It's just. We've said before, if you have nothing to hide, you hide nothing. So I just wanted to go straight to those. You can Google those yourself and see. And then what we'll do is right here. So, last seen on the 26th. Who has told law enforcement, FBI, TBI, who has told them that Sebastian Rogers, say his name, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who has told them that he was last seen on 2/26/24? Was that by Katie? Did Katie allegedly report, not to us the public, not to any interviews she's done, but did she report, maybe, possibly, to law enforcement that, hey, you know what? I was just thinking something. Let me pause right there. Let me just pause. I want to pause for a minute. I just thought of something. We're talking about the sources and all that. Let's go here and let's Google this. Sumner County Sheriff's Sumner County Sheriff's Office flyer, Sebastian Rogers flyer. I forgot about their flyer, okay? And is it the same? This one comes up. I don't really see one. So I guess it's the same. Is it the same one? Let's go here. Yeah, I think this is the same one, right? So yeah, this is the same one. So the Sumner County Sheriff's Office and this one will be the same one. Okay? So, just wanted to clarify that. So, was he last seen by Katie? Did she tell law enforcement that it was after midnight last time she saw him? Because she's never told the public that. Was he seen by a neighbor? Was he seen by a neighbor? By someone in a car? By whom? Where is Sebastian Rogers? So if law enforcement is reporting that his last time he was seen was February 26th, right? Last seen on February 26th in the area of Stafford Court. So this is near his home. By whom? Who reported this? And then second to that is, was he seen in person? Did someone speak to him? And that someone reported to law enforcement? Was it on a camera? Okay. So what does this do? It leads to questions, right? It leads to questions. So let's just kind of break down each one here, taking a look. So by Katie, real simple. Did Katie report to law enforcement either the initial call that, let's just say allegedly, I saw Sebastian at 2 a.m. Maybe she got up, he was in the kitchen. But yet, for some reason, they didn't want her to tell the public, which we just discussed last video that they wouldn't do that. So, I guess unless maybe it was really important to the case, if they thought he'd been abducted and they didn't want that abductor to know 2 a.m., he was seen. But by all accounts, she didn't see him after he went to bed, because she says she didn't check on him, quote unquote thud, right? So somewhere around 9, he goes to bed. Love you, mommy, love you, puppies. So I don't think it was Katie. Was it a neighbor? Did a neighbor encounter him sometime after midnight, before 6:03, I think it was, she went to his room, a.m.? By someone in a car? Did someone roll up, talk to him, ask him if he needed help, but he didn't get in, they just saw him? And you would think if that was the case, that would really put the alert out that, hey, he's out there walking around. So by whom is the question there, right? And then, I guess, by how? By how here? In person, like we just said, spoken to in a car. Neighbors saw him. Neighbors walking dogs saw him. Was he on camera? If you'll watch the interview tonight with Lore Lodge with SF Investigates, he mentions seeing someone on a camera, something I don't think we've ever heard before, an unidentified individual. I want to say he says it sometime around midnight or after midnight. So maybe that is the answer, that law enforcement believes that's Sebastian. So it may not be that anyone's telling them they saw him. They may have just taken security footage and they've seen him or believe that to be him, and they're reporting that. But here's what's interesting, okay? By the time these flyers were created, did they have a chance to see that? Right? Or this could be a simple thing of, these are where all the questions come. He's reported on the 26th, so they marked it as the 26th. But yet his mom would have told them 9 p.m. on the 25th. So when you hear me say, and you see me say right here, that 329 days gone, 10 months, 3 weeks, 4 days, say his name, keep his awareness out there, Sebastian Rogers. That is from the 26th. So go back to the 26th of February, which we're almost there. We're closer to it than going back to it. It's been 329 days since that Monday. Today being Monday, so 329 days back. So, in addition to all this and raising all these questions, and that's what my videos are about, right? You go back to the thumbnail that says right here, right? Last seen on 26, where's the proof? So, can someone tell us, how is state and local and national law enforcement able to say that he was seen, last seen on the 26th? And why would that be something they couldn't reveal? By a neighbor, someone walking a dog, by a camera? Come on. Because we've all been working this under the impression that his last being seen by anyone last was 9 p.m., which gives us 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Where did he go? What happened? I thought another interesting thing is they talk about on the interview, bringing that into this video, about how dark it is when there's no lights on the house, and across the street, that camera that's very important, that neighbor, when it's that dark, I believe, if I heard correctly, they did tests, and when you walk out that door, if there's no lights on around the home, you're unseen. That raises two questions. Allegedly, in my opinion, could he have walked out on his own? Unseen, no lights on. Could he have been carried out? Unseen, no lights on. A lot of questions. So I want to play this right here. And that's what the videos are for, to question things, to make you think, because I made a couple of comments in chat, and I'm not big on doing that. I feel like if you start chatting, then you lose the content, especially, and it's alive, right? So you're chatting alive. And so if I'm over here trying to say hey to somebody, thank you for all the hellos. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I try to say hey back, but I try to do just a group message. Thanks for everyone helping with Sebastian, right? And I did one today. It said, say his name, where's Sebastian Rogers? And then people were saying hello. So I said, thank you everyone for joining into this live. There's over 5,000 people in there. And these are the people, I believe, that really care about Sebastian and want him found and brought home, right? And so I just want to say this is what it means. So thank you, Lord Lodge, for what you did, because you brought together those people who care. And it's going to take us all. It really is. I've been, like I said, I've been asking for help the last several videos, and this just adds to that. It's going to take all of us to find Sebastian and bring him home. So what I wanted to focus on here is this goes back. This goes back to actually my video. Sebastian Rogers, is he really missing? Katie Proudfoot, where's your son? Allegedly, in my opinion. And this was 6 months ago. Okay, 6 months. Sebastian was last seen, right, on 26. I wanted to take a look at this again and highlight something, right? So let's just go back. And you can go to my page and see, this video. But they're talking about the flashlight video here. So just listen and then we'll comment.
Subject one off screen. It's a short time later and it's very vague, but then you see one of the subjects moving quickly back through the common area, and that is it.
Okay, so I just wanted to play it because we know this, right? It's nothing new other than the fact that they're running back to the home. Well, and then right here, right, what do you have? What do you have right here? Let's listen.
And was telling them, like, our son is missing, and we don't know what's going on, and he was like, go back to the house, they're on their way, and they drove back to the house. And
let's do it one more time.
And was telling them, like, our son is missing, and we don't know what's going on, and he was like, go back to the house, they're on their way, and they drove back to the house. And
I mean, you can see her eyes, you can see all that. I want to play that back to back. So you just saw someone was running back in the direction of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, say his name. Someone was running back in the direction of his home. She says, and I believe she says right here, 20 days later.
20 days later.
And 20 days later, after that someone has seen with a flashlight running back, she tells us she ran back. As it says, allegedly, in my opinion. These slip-ups, these subconscious drops, right? Ran back to the house. You're in a car. But she corrects herself and says, I drove back. But was he seen on camera? Maybe not the flashlight video that we've been seeing, but maybe another video picked him up, allegedly, in my opinion, with her and whomever else in the early morning hours of the 26th. And that is why he was last seen on February 26th in the area of Stafford Court. I ran back. No, I drove back. So maybe both Katie saw him and he was seen on camera. Question is, did she report that she was seeing him in the early hours of February 26th? Allegedly, in my opinion, as she maybe, possibly, was bringing him out of the home. And according to SF Investigates on the Lore Lodge tonight, a test was done to where all the lights were cut off in the house. And it was dark outside. And they came out or went into the front door. And it was not picked up by the camera across the street. So, lights on, you can make out the home from the camera across the street. Lights off, can't see. So if he left that home, either the front or the back door, because it would be the same for the other camera from the home behind them, then those lights being off, who's going to see him? So why or how was he seen? In my opinion, seen by Katie, but didn't report it, but seen on camera, which is why we have the 26th. But let me know in the comments. Send me an email, silversonthescene@yahoo.com, and let's discuss. Let's discuss. What do you think? Because why are we putting up last seen on February 26, 2024 in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee? Why? So there you go, Sebastian Rogers. Hope this makes you think, gets you to think about Sebastian keeping his awareness alive, because we must find him and get justice. And he's been gone way too long, 329 days. 10 months, 3 weeks, 4 days. I felt distraction. I'll just mention that. I felt some distraction in tonight's thing. I'm not going to not say that. But anyway, no distraction in finding Sebastian. Let's bring him home. Questions, comments, please let me know. Have you seen me? $250,000 reward. Say his name, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Keep his awareness alive. That's the best thing with tonight's video. I think I watched for about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes, and they were discussing another case as I jumped off. But it keeps his awareness alive to have videos like that. Any video you post, be it 30 seconds, be it 3 hours, get his name out there. Because if he did walk out on his own, in my opinion, I don't think so, but if he did, and he's still out there, keeping his awareness alive will help find him. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all your kind compliments and your support. Really appreciate it. As always, Silver's on the Scene. Thank you. Enjoy your week. Have a great week. As always, Silver's on the Scene. Stay tuned. More to come. Thank you.
Silver's on the scene. Silver's on the scene. We will not go away, away, away. We won't forget you, that's a promise. We're digging